understanding that being a hip hopper, and is like I said, hip hop is godly, means that you create and you're creative in so many different ways that hip hop is not the end of the means; it's the beginning to the new journey.
Yes.
And you've walked through the door and you got into acting, and I saw a skit of you learning about, was it your brother having HIV or something like that?
Oh yeah, so we're shout out to Matt DV. I came up with this podcast called The Actor's Gym. But I just want to say shout out to Matt DV because I soon later to learn that Matt DV Newark already has a podcast called The Director's Actor's Gym. You know, so I don't want to be too close to what he had, but I'll give you the premise of the podcast. The podcast is we sit down with me and some fellow hosts, and we invite a director or like a casting director or a producer of television and film, and we film a 7 to 10 minute scene, like you working out in the gym of these two actors working out in the scene. So hence the Actor's Gym. We invite them on too. We tell you what it's about. We see the workout with the two actors. Myself and Tobias Trevelyan, who's a great actor, has been on Empire, is on Sisters right now, Tyler Perry. He's on a bunch of stuff. So we did a joint about HIV, brothers, adopted brothers catching HIV. You know, so and we do things like that because it's social conscious. It still gets your workout done with the acting, because you have to stay on your thing with the acting, you know, and you use it for the podcast too. So you use every bit of the content.
Part of hip hop that makes acting so real is that you're already a character, even on stage, and each song is a revelation of a new content. I'll ask you, what is the greatest hip hop movie ever made, and how did it inspire you in your acting?
First of all, I want to say this just to add on what you said, that you use hip hop as the platform to kind of propel you into along your journey to other things. Yes and no, because yes, you do use it, but you don't leave it there. That's what makes the culture keep growing stronger. You bring the culture with you. I don't care if there's a president who comes out of hip hop. He needs to bring the culture with him into the White House. Now that might sound crazy right now, but you bring the culture with you. That's how people start to know the culture of who you are and what you are and how you live. That's how the culture grows stronger and more powerful. Because you yell its name on platforms that they had no MC before. You know what I mean? And that's with everything. So, and back to the question, I'm sorry, your question was, how do you...
Well, the thing is, like I said, since you're acting.
Oh, the acting, right.
Yeah, I want to know, like, what's the greatest hip hop movie, and how did it inspire you with your acting and even your MC marksmanship?
The greatest hip hop movie that I like, for me, was Beat Street.
Okay.
Beat Street was my movie, man. Beat Street inspired me so much because I thought they was fly. I thought the B-boys and the B-girls was fly. Adidas. For my era, like, you might watch the movie now, like, they got on sweatsuits and vests. But that was back then, with the fat laces and the shoestrings and the windbreakers with the backspins, with the Puma on us, the stripes, and then the graffiti on Lee's jean jacket when he did his backspins. That was hard. So for me, when I look back on it, it was the fashion, the dance. So it was the clothing, it was the way that they moved, it was the art, like the actual art on the walls with the graffiti. It was the actual MCing. Ho, ho, ho. Open up your door. I'm Santa Claus, and guess what, y'all? I got something to show. You know what I mean? I came to bring some Christmas spirit. I got a big bag now. Guess what's in it? Some for the rich and some for the poor. So, Merry Christmas. Ho, ho, ho. Ho, 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 Merry Christmas. No, but you know, like, they had MCing, they had graffiti, they had the B-boys, the B-girls, the dancing, they fly, and they had the DJ. And they had the business of hip-hop with the management making it in the, you know, like they had everything, man. With Blair Underwood trying to be the manager, and they had the groups, they had the culture of hip hop. That was one of the movies, man, I fell in love with, man. I wanted to be Lee in that movie. I think I even say that. Beat Street B-Boy, I'm Lee with a windmill. Backspin. Word.
Now, how did that movie affect you to make you the MC that you are?
It showed me that you can be everything. Mm-hmm. That movie showed me that you can live through the culture of hip hop and survive and enjoy it and have fun, man. Word. You know? Yeah, Beat Street, man.
That's the one.
Yeah, that was my joint.
Now, here's a question that plagues New Jersey hip hop that I have to ask anybody who comes out of Jersey. New Jersey is known for having some of the most reputable MCs ever.
Fact.
I remember reading the source, and they said before Biggie rose to being Notorious B.I.G., Tretch was the king of New York. Yeah. There were times when they talked about lyricists of the year. It was Redman, Biggie, Ghostface. Like they were up there. Most impactful group, Fugees, Lords of the Underground. Right. Most underappreciated groups, the Artifacts, Poor Righteous Teachers. Same thing, right? Why is it in the industry though, we didn't get, like we got it on All American Do, we got you and Trench, we even got the 050 Boys, shout out to them, and the newcomers are coming up. But how come we didn't get too many collaborations with Jersey MCs on that level when they were signed?
Management put it in our head that we couldn't work together without clearances. And we young boys, you know, we just into the game. Now me and Trench, that's my brother. But I remember him going up to Tretch and say, yo, we need to do a joint, Tretch. And he said, cool, man, just ask Shakim. We would never do that now, you know what I mean? But, and shout out to Shakim, because that's my guy. But at that time, man, you know, it was always, you gotta ask the manager or the record label, or they not gonna let you do this. The reason, and no disrespect to Outkast, because these my guys, but the reason why Outkast dropped a single off of Burn Rubber is because Ruben Rodriguez from Pendulum Record wouldn't allow them to put out Burn Rubber because he felt like I can't have Lords of the Underground with 2 records out because my record might not sell. They might buy the Burn Rubber record. So it's business. That's like you owning 2 sandwich stores and you have the same chef at both stores or restaurants. You have the same chef. And he makes one of the same or similar dishes at both joints, and you say you can't sell that dish here. We're not selling that dish because you're already selling it over there at Kareb's Dining.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy now because Wu-Tang came out and showed everybody that they was ridiculous with that type of thought. But remember, we're pre-Wu-Tang, and this is the same guy who told Wu-Tang he would not sign them because he didn't want to give them independent deals. So let's just rewind and say that if Tommy Boy would have had the opportunity to put out Burn Rubber as they wanted to be the single, will Outkast have ever blown up like they blew up? And will now Lords take that slot? Because they used to call them down south Lords anyway at the time.
That's a fact.
No, it's a fact. And it's no disrespect to my brothers. No, like, they're my guys.
I remember those conversations.
Yeah.
Because they compared even the Lords.
They used to open up for us on the Tupac tour.
I remember that, yeah.
It was them, Patra, us. It was them, Patra, Lord, Janae, and Tupac. That's how the show went.
Patra,
and Biggie was on the road with Tupac.
Wow.
That's how I used to open up. I mean, you know, you go back and check all of the files.
Like, yeah, it is what it is.
You know?
So, understanding that and getting the answer that I hope a lot of people who have been wondering, I wanted to know, here's my final question. Now, we also, like I said, we always ask about what is the legacy, and you've already established a legacy yourself. Now, here's what I ask you though. In your legacy, you have acting, you have music, you have politics, and now you have Brenda's son. If you had to sum that up in the title of the movie of your life, what is the title of your movie, and what is the main lesson they're getting from watching your life unfold from the cradle to the grave?
It's a 3-part series. It's the funky child who became the chief rocker, who remained Brenda's son.
And with that, everybody, buy the album. This is a classic. So everybody out there watching, we thank you for watching Heritage Hip Hop. We got a classic, legendary interview with somebody how I respect. And before I close this interview out, my father wanted me to tell you hello.
Ah, man. So, what up?
Dad, I hope this makes you proud. Already, so everybody out there, we salute you. We say peace.
Peace.
And we out.
050 211 Lord Gang. I crush motherfuckers, yes, I'm a power drive, do it all, from the block to the stage live, no surprise, I'm a product of that 2 for 5, stomp a track out, till immortalized, hat backwards, big heart, nigga epic, an officer in command, check the jacket, my niggas big boys, all above average, no children, but I still practice, the simple movement, disturb what haters do, and this occurs when you make it up out the road, shit happens, when niggas tired of losing, TribalTrash.com, nigga, that's proof.
I do my own thing, my own way. You say
real hip hop, real hip hop.